Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this Autism Hangout special report. You know, it's always a treat for me to have people come back to tell us about new and exciting things. And in the case of an author, to announce a new book, that's a very special event. And today we have just one of those events. Gayle Nobel, the author of It's All About Attitude, Loving and Living Well with Autism, is back to talk about her new book, and it's entitled Breathe, 52 Oxygen-Rich Tools for Loving and Living Well with Autism. And by the way, I just love that last part of both titles. Loving and Living Well with Autism. What an optimistic, upbeat approach to life on this journey with our special kids. So Autism Hangout, please welcome back author Gayle Nobel. Welcome, Gayle. Nice to have you here.
It's great to be back, Craig. Thank you.
The new book is called Breathe, 52 Oxygen-Rich Tools for Loving and Living Well with Autism. Breathe. That sounds almost too simple, but I know there's got to be a lot more to it than that. What does that mean?
Well, actually, it is very simple, but what I mean by breathe is something, for instance, like taking 5 deep breaths, which makes you think. It's not the same kind of breathing that you do when you're walking around. It's mindful breathing. And the cool thing about breathing is that it's always available, and it's something that we actually can control when we're living in this world and with these kids that we really can't control. So by breathing, by stopping and taking, say, 5 deep breaths when you're in a situation, you become less reactive and more responsive to what's happening now versus what you might like to be happening. So I think breathing is very, very powerful, and it is a theme that runs throughout the book. I don't think we could ever get enough reminders to stop and breathe. Something that I would share is that, you know, there's a lot of days with our kids with autism that are really, really challenging, and you get to the end of the day and you just feel like, ugh, you're exhausted and depleted, and you feel pretty out of touch with some of that love that you might feel for your child. And one of the things that I share is the idea of making yourself a list, and it might just be things that you're grateful for, and little picky things, like, okay, you know, my health, which is not such a little picky thing, but, or I'm at the end of the day, thank goodness I have a comfortable bed to get into. Mm-hmm. So, and then there's that, and also making a list of everything that you love about your child. You know, after that rough day, that could be a big switch of gears there, but it takes you into a different mind space and a different head space, and you can't help but have at least a tiny shift of just feeling a little bit better and more grateful.
Okay, so gratitude is a big part of this, as is just the ability to focus on positive things to get you out of the negative.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, now I know you're going to do something a little different with this book too. You're including visuals that will help people focus on more positive things. Could you talk a bit about what those are going to be?
There are 52 stories, and corresponding to each week of the year. So this means you can take an entire year to go through the book and really savor it slowly, reading a story, trying one of the tools, which the tools can be done in 5 minutes or less for all of us busy parents and busy people who feel like we don't have the time. And then each story has an inspirational photograph that goes with it. And really, when you see these photographs, they're just pictures that make you feel good.
Now, are you the photographer for these, or what kind of artwork is it?
Actually, my daughter happens to be the photographer, so we collaborated on this book, which I'm very excited about. She has traveled a great deal and has taken some amazing photographs. And if you've seen the cover, the photograph on the cover is also one of hers as well.
Oh, wow, that's great. So more opportunities for the family to come together in dealing with autism. That's just fantastic.
Absolutely. And you know, if you don't feel like reading, I truly believe that if you just thumb through the book and look at one of these pictures, you can't help but just smile. They're really special.
Can you talk about some of these tools? Could you give us an example of how this works?
Okay, well, each story has a tool that goes with it, and it's a tool that I use and that I share in the story as to how I use it. There are a lot of tools that come into the category of taking care of you. because we're always talking about how we have to take care of our kids, and we do. But we really do have to take care of ourselves and nourish ourselves and fill our own well so that we can be there for our kids. Because like I always say, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Mm-hmm. And when you're marathoning, you need that nourishment. You need those sips of water. So this is kind of that fuel for this autism marathon. Mm-hmm. And I talk a little bit about exercise, which is one way to just get a dose of endorphins. Mm-hmm. And again, even if you don't feel like you have time for exercise, which I believe everyone should make time for, I suggest that you do 5 minutes of something. Again, everything can be done in 5 minutes, even if it's running around your house, running up and down your stairs, doing a set of jumping jacks or a set of push-ups, just to help you make that shift.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of tidbits in there that are really actually directed at the parents or the caregivers on things that they can use for themselves.
Very, very helpful. Gayle, how can people find more information about you, and where can they go to find the book?
My website is autismwithattitude.com, and there's a lot of information about me on there.
Will it be available from any other retail outlet like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, or is it just on your website at this point?
It's currently available on Amazon for order. You can go there right now and order it, and it will be available at some of the bookstores soon, shortly.
Excellent.
Some of the photographs are also going to be available on my website as well.
Excellent. Gayle, I know that this is going to be something that is just going to be incredibly helpful for so many people. I appreciate the fact that you have taken time to develop this entire understanding of how to, all of us, to do better with our attitudes with our special kids. And Autism Hangout viewers, I hope you get a chance to go out and pick up this book, because it will make a difference in your day. Gayle, thanks again for what you do. I hope I get a chance to talk to you again soon, and maybe we'll be talking about another book. Is there anything else in the works at this point?
Not at this point. I'm just still focusing on this one.
Okay.
Thank you.
I know the way your mind works. It works pretty quick, and I'm always looking forward to the new things that you have to contribute to this particular community about our favorite subject. So thank you for stopping in today to tell us about your new book.
Thank you, Craig.
And thank you, Autism Hangout. I'll be back again soon with another special report.